I don't know when it started. Maybe that's the worst part, not knowing. I've lived alone in my apartment for almost 3 years now. It's not in a bad part of town. Quiet neighbors, low rent, plenty of light during the day. But if you ever get the place next to me, let me tell you something. Don't trust the mirrors. It began 2 months ago. Just a flicker at first, a subtle delay. You know when you wave your hand at the mirror and your reflection copies you instantly? That's just how it works, but mine hesitated. For maybe half a second. It was only once, and I told myself I was tired, maybe drunk, maybe stressed. But after that first time, I couldn't stop watching. Each night, I'd catch myself standing in front of it, waiting, watching for that slip. Sometimes nothing happened. Sometimes the reflection was perfectly normal, but every so often, it would do something it shouldn't, like blink when I didn't, or smile too long, or not move at all while I was shifting, scratching my neck, brushing my hair. I even stopped sleeping in my bedroom where the largest mirror was, but it didn't help. The bathroom mirror started doing it too. At one point, I even unscrewed it from the wall and left it face down in the tub. That night, I heard the sound of tapping glass coming from the bathroom. 5 taps, then a pause, then 5 again, like Morse code. I didn't sleep. I didn't move. I just listened. After that, it got braver. One night I found the mirror fogged up, even though I hadn't used the shower all day. In the fog, there was a message drawn in crude, childlike handwriting. I see you. I stood frozen in the hallway, watching the words drip away. Then came the photos. I don't know who left them, or how they got into my apartment, but they were always there when I got home. On the counter, on my bed. One was tucked inside my fridge door like a magnet had pinned it there. They were pictures of me, sleeping. But the angles were wrong. Some were taken from the ceiling, some from under the bed. And in every photo, I could see my reflection somewhere in the background. But it was never in sync, never matching me. In one, I was asleep, but my reflection in the mirror had its eyes open. I tried to record it. I set up a camera aimed at the mirror all night long, reviewed the footage the next day, and for 6 hours straight, there was no reflection at all. Just an empty room. But I never left my bed, until last week. I woke up to a sound like glass cracking. It wasn't loud, just delicate, like ice underfoot. I sat up slowly. The sound was coming from the hallway mirror. I crept toward it. The edges were splintering, not from the outside, from the inside, as if something behind the glass was trying to break through. And then I saw it. Not my reflection. Something else. A face that looked like mine, but wasn't. Its eyes were all wrong, too wide, too dark. And its mouth, smiling, grinning like it had been waiting. It raised its hand slowly and tapped on the glass. 5 times. Pause. 5 more. I ran. I packed a bag and left. I stayed at a motel for the night, but even there, I could feel it watching. Every reflective surface felt like an eye. I covered the bathroom mirror with a towel. I turned off the TV. I avoided windows. But in the dark, I could still feel that smile pressing in from the other side of the glass. Today, I came home. I needed clothes. I needed to see if maybe this was all just some kind of breakdown. Maybe I'd imagined it. Maybe it was stress. But when I stepped through the door, everything was gone. All the mirrors, every single one, ripped from the walls. And on my bedroom wall, carved deep into the paint, were the words, "I'm not trapped anymore." I don't know where it is now, but it looks like me. And if you ever see someone in your mirror who smiles too long or blinks out of time, it's not you. I haven't looked in a mirror in 5 days. It's harder than you think. Mirrors are everywhere. Elevators, stores, car windows, even your phone when it's off. You don't realize how often you rely on your reflection until it becomes a threat. I cover every screen, avoid shiny surfaces. I wear sunglasses inside just to blur the edges. But none of that helps when it's not the reflection you should be afraid of anymore. It's what got out. The thing that looks like me. I spent the first 2 days hiding in my car, sleeping in supermarket parking lots. Then I started hearing about sightings. It was just little things at first. People claiming they'd seen someone exactly like them on security cameras, or reflections in windows that didn't line up. Most dismissed it as tiredness, glitches, TikTok filters gone wrong. But then, there was a video. Not some shaky cam nonsense. This one was real. Uncut. A woman in Chicago uploaded it. In the clip, she's brushing her teeth in the mirror, talking to her phone. Then her reflection stops, stares, and slowly smiles while she keeps talking, unaware. She never turns around. But the video cuts off when the reflection steps out of the frame without her moving. Her account's been deleted since. People said it was faked, but I recognized that smile. It was exactly the same as the one in my mirror. Now it's spreading. A few nights ago, I snuck back into my apartment. I needed the notebook I'd started when the reflections first acted up. I'd written everything down. Times, days, behaviors, patterns. If I was going to figure this out, I needed that log. But the place was different now. Not just empty. Wrong. The walls seemed darker, warped somehow. The air smelled stale, like wet paper and mildew. The mirrors were still gone, but the wall where the big one used to be had a smear of something oily, like a handprint but with too many fingers. I grabbed the notebook and was about to leave when I heard something. Footsteps. They were inside, but not from above, not from the hallway, from behind the walls. I froze. My breath caught in my throat as I listened. The steps were light, delicate, like someone walking on tiptoes. Then they stopped right behind me, right behind the living room wall. And then came the whisper. Let me show you what's on the other side. I ran. Again. It's all I seem to do now. But I made a mistake. I looked in the window of my car as I opened the door, and I saw myself. I wish I hadn't. Because it wasn't just me. It was hundreds of me, reflected in shards of glass that didn't exist. Like a kaleidoscope of my own face, each version slightly off. Some crying, some snarling, some grinning like they'd just been let off a leash. They were all watching me. And behind them, for just a split second, I saw a place that looked like a hallway, but endless, dark, cold, with doors that breathed in and out, like lungs. That's where they come from. That's where they were trapped. Until now. I tried to tell someone, a priest. He listened kindly, too kindly, said he'd pray for me, offered me a mirror, a joke, probably. But when I glanced at it, his reflection was already looking at me. He wasn't moving at all. I ran again. Now I'm writing this from a diner. I found a corner booth with no windows and told the waitress I had a condition. She didn't ask questions. People don't. When you look like I do now, gaunt, shaking, watching every surface like it might lunge. I think the thing is still nearby. It's taken my place somewhere. It wants to be me. I can feel it trying to pull me back. Sometimes I hear whispers from shadows, coaxing me to look. Just one glance, they say. Just a peek. Just to see if it's still there. But I know better now. If I look, it wins.